Grew up in Palm Beach County. I grew up in Belglade, where it's, I guess, a suburb, a low, I guess, developing city where, they would call it the hood, but it's not necessarily the hood. But yes, there's more Black people that live there than, white people. And there's a lot of Spanish, a lot of international people that, live in Section 8. And, it was just where I grew up at. Didn't think about it, didn't overthink about it, and just, it was the world that I was put into. And then I moved to West Palm Beach when I was in middle school. Then I saw a different world. I was like, oh, wow, this is, more developed. But at the age, I didn't know what developed meant. I just knew, oh, there's more people here. But I always missed Belgrade because that's, when you grow up, you don't know, if you're poor or not, you just happy, and then, I grew up and I went to high school and then traveled. I went to college and traveled. And I was like, wow, this is a big country. These people are, the thing that always made me compare my home to different places was the beach. We live close to the beach, but we don't go to the beach. And then there's people that, when you go to college, you go to different places, they've never seen a beach before in their life. And you're like, you've never seen a beach before.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's where I'm from. So I thought everybody saw the beach, And then I go up there to college and I'd never seen snow before. And they're like, you never seen snow before? I was like, no, I've never seen snow before. So I was always open to different stuff because I was like, holy snap, like there's a lot of different stuff, a lot of different people. So, and I was always helping people to, experience stuff they couldn't experience on their own, or to see things that they couldn't see on their own, or just to give them a different point of view. Yeah. So that's how my background, we were forced into America, and then we just had to keep growing outwards, helping people. And that's why I enjoy doing. That's what Haiti is all about. That's what Mom's all about, my family about, because if we help each other, we can get further. So that's why I always did charity work, because it teaches me something and I'm helping.
Yeah.
So that's really my background. And, obviously working hard and doing what you love, staying dedicated to stuff is, that's what's ingrained in us, because we came from Haiti and we had to work. Like, we were just happy to be in Haiti. So Mom was like, hey, we gotta sell this to pay the bills, to pay the water bills, to do this and that. It was like, all right, this is what we got to do. There's no question. There's no way around it. But that was how, I always stayed involved with charity, stayed involved with dedication on, what I love, my job, and staying focused on it, because we're just happy to be able to see more and more and more.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you talk about growing up, so it was you, your mom, and
I have three older sisters. My dad passed away a long time ago, but my sisters were like my mom. My mom worked. I was going to school, playing sports, being a little boy, being bad, just floating through life.
What was the difference when you said you guys moved in middle school, and what was that like? What led to that move, and how was that adjustment period?
It was just, when the neighborhood gets too bad, or, you're stuck. Some people don't realize they're stuck, but Mom was like, hey, all right, this is not good for us no more. We're in a bad neighborhood. She has 3 daughters. So like, you got to protect your daughters. Mm-hmm. And we decided to move to a safer community. Yeah. And we're like, all right, this is nice. This is nicer than where we were at. Okay, this is cool. There's cool people outside. There's kids outside. If you all play sports, we're all gonna be friends, and that was what made me move from Belgrade to West Palm Beach. It was like, hey, this is safer.
Yeah. And what was that? Do you remember? So you get out there and you can notice it's a little nicer, et cetera, but what was the transition like for you just at that age? That's a tough age to move.
When I was young, we traveled a lot because we go to Haiti. We go to different parts of the country because there's migration of work. And my parents, my mom, my uncle, like family was in the migrant workers. Okay. So kind of traveling was normal to me. Meeting new people was kind of normal to me because, we always had to meet people. And then I've always hung around my uncle, and they are always, older men around. So you're like, all right, hey, just, introduce yourself. And then, you're going from there. So it wasn't really hard for me. Obviously do miss, obviously the kids in the neighborhood, but I was like, okay, this neighborhood has actually more kids. So we're all just gonna play football and basketball and baseball and whatever sports, is the time of the year. So it was easier. It wasn't easier, but it was easy for me because I've had the traveling, and meeting new people instilled in me.